I farm here on the banks of the Myall River at Bulahdelah. My wife Kay and I shifted here in 1980 to join her father on their family dairy farm that they'd owned for some 20 years prior to that. 4 years ago we decided we needed to look to the future. The decision was made that we would build a new dairy on a greenfield site. The new dairy was completely off-grid. Everything that required power is powered by solar. Because we were building the dairy on a greenfield site, we wanted to do everything well. That led us to discussion with Jeff Lemessurier from Hunter Local Land Services. Jeff visited us, he'd heard about the plans, and we sat and spoke for quite some time about whether Jeff and Local Land Services could be involved.
And I suggested that there was potential for a project here because they have about 2 kilometres of frontage to the Myall River, which is an incredibly important river because of the World Heritage Estate Myall Lakes.
We've fenced off 3 major areas of wetlands and watercourses that will flow into the river. We've also constructed riparian fencing for the full length of the river where the dairy is operating. We've installed many water tanks where the cows drink and kilometres of polythene pipe. We've already noticed that the water in some of the lagoons on the farm is much cleaner in just a number of months. The aquatic plants in those areas we can see them improving, and we're also noticing the bird life that's taking advantage of the situation as well.
These wetlands will only get better and better here now that the cattle are excluded from them. The gully and the watercourse, because it won't have cattle trafficking, that's going to revegetate, and again it'll stabilise. We won't get sediment running off into the river.
Looking at the dairy itself, we've got 3 DeLaval robots. The purpose of the robots is basically to milk the cows, but they have a whole raft of extra features and benefits. In the milking process, the cows are walking into the robots by themselves. They don't need people around. The milking can happen with no people being at the dairy. The robots, when the cows enter, read an electronic tag that's in the cow's ear. The milk is measured as in real time as the cow milks. We can sit in the office if we choose to and look at each cow, and the amount of milk that she's producing is measured and recorded. The robot also has capability to measure the cells in the cow's udder. If the cell count starts to rise, we know that a cow is about to develop a mastitis problem before it actually comes. We are noticing, since the cows have been coming through this dairy, that they are much calmer. The milking process is not for us to go and bring the cows to the dairy and put them in a yard and lock them in until everything's milked. The cows come to the dairy when they feel that they're right to be milked. And at this stage, it's working about 2.3 times a day that they're milked. So some cows are being milked 3 times, some are being milked less than 2, but they're all being milked as they feel fit, and that's important to us.
I'm extremely pleased to have been involved in this project because it is such an exciting project, being a new dairy with robotics. But again, for me, the important thing is to be involved with a family like the Smiths that have tried to do the right thing by their production, by their environment, and done a very good job of it.
We're pleased. In fact, we're quite excited about the work that we're doing with Local Land Services, and it gives us satisfaction to see that we're caring not just for ourselves and our cows, but the environment's playing an important part in it as well. And as I say, that's great satisfaction to us, and it's looking to the future.